What is up, everybody? Today we're doing what you've all been asking for. We're going off-road. As you can see, I think over my back corner there's my buddy Sam and his 2006 Tacoma that you saw in a couple of the build videos. And we're going out and hitting the trails. Nothing too serious today. I'm not exactly sure the condition of the trails. We have been getting a lot of rain here, so I'm not exactly sure how they're going to be, whether they're rutted out or what have you. But, you know, it's getting to the point now where I was trying to wait for better weather, but I really can't do that anymore. I'm super excited to see what this truck can do, and I'm looking forward to what today has in store. Alright, so this time off the hill, we're going to try to put it in crawl control. We already got it in 4 low, got the locker on, so we hit the crawl button up here, got a display down here. We'll put it in the medium speed, let off on the brake, and let it go to work. So maximum speed for your crawl control is about 2 miles per hour. We have it at about half of that right now, and basically it modulates the throttle and your ABS to get your truck up the hill. So I don't have my feet on the pedals at all, which is a little bit unnerving. We're just controlling in the direction that we're going here.
This is kind of cool.
It's
a little
neat.
jerky.
Yeah. I mean, we could speed it up, but I don't really want to go any faster than we're going.
Yeah, no, I'm good at this speed. It's comfortable.
And then to turn your traction or your crawl control off, you just hit the brake. Crawl control, I believe, does work in reverse. That would be really unnerving. Yeah, we're actually doing it right now. So that's the ABS cutting on and off. That's not grinding gears or anything like that.
Alright, I think you're up on that stump.
Got a little bit farther to go. Alright, now going back down the hill. So again, my feet aren't on the pedals, which is extremely unnerving. Oh my goodness, this is crazy.
Woo.
This is weird.
This is really weird.
We're going down a pretty good incline right now. We're going.
It's really working that ABS.
About 20 to 25 degrees on my rolling pitch for the pitch of the truck, you know, nose down, which is a pretty vertical hill. The gauge only goes to 30.
Yeah, it's pretty maxed out right now.
That's wild. I kind of want to try again. You
go for it.
All right.
Do you want me to try and hold it there?
I'll be fine. So you go ahead and hit crawl. There's the speed. We're gonna go on medium speed, and then you just let off the brake, and the truck does the rest. So as you can see, my feet are entirely off the pedals. You just steer and let the truck do what it wants, which is definitely unnerving. As you can see, we're just pointing at the sky right now, so.
It's really unnerving.
This is strange.
I mean, just look at the pitch and roll moving.
Yeah, that roll and pitch is supposedly a tool, but it is the most scary thing I've ever looked at. Because you see your truck just pointing at the sky on the little monitor here. I might want to leave that on. This truck's probably smarter than me.
I want to turn your wipers on.
Why?
So you can see. It's kind of important.
I don't need to see, the truck drives itself.
That's a good point. Except you do the steering part.
No, only sometimes. So again, my feet aren't on the pedals, which is, man, this is scary. I mean, we're at just about 30 degrees for the pitch of the truck, about maybe 10 degrees for the roll. But, I mean, we survived. It's just hard to give up control of your vehicle. That's the worst part about it. So definitely in these rocky bits is where you want to keep your thumbs outside the wheel, you know, hold the wheel with just your fingertips and kind of pinch it with your thumbs. You don't want to get your thumbs inside the steering wheel, because then if you would start to get in a rocky bit where your steering wheel would start to spin, you could rip your thumbs off, or you know, to a less degree, sprain them or whatever.
Oh Lord, got those street tires stuck. Something to be said about mud tires. I'm still in two-wheel.
These tires are half decent off-road, actually. Again, I wasn't exactly sure what to expect, but they are Goodyear all-terrain tires with the Kevlar reinforcement. And you know, if I did have some mud tires, I would definitely get some better grip. But for an overall tire, here's Big Rock. There we go. For an overall tire, they're not bad at all. I've taken them through snow, rain, and now some mud and dirt and that sort of thing, and they're definitely not bad. Especially on road, you know, to have an all-terrain tire go down the interstate and not really make any noise is really, really nice. Really soft on there on the inside of this turn, it looks like. Try to keep one set of wheels in the gravel to continue pulling myself up. Try to stay out of the thick mud if I can. Unfortunately, it did rain while we were coming up here, so this mud is impossible to see through. So you want to make sure you go real slow through that kind of mud. You don't know what's on the bottom, and if it is something sizable down there, you don't want to hit it with a whole lot of speed. These Bilstein shocks have really done a really good job off-road. Sam has a rough country lift on his truck, and you can see him kind of bouncing around there in the background. My truck is staying really, really planted and smooth through all of this. Again, we're not going at any kind of high speeds or anything like that, but they're doing a really good job nonetheless. I'm going to stay in this rut this time because I don't think... Oh, that's a big hole. Yeah, I don't think my tires would be grippy enough to stay up on the ledge. I'm just going to go ahead and get in the rut, just real slow. We're still in four-wheel drive high. Just kind of crawl through it here. With off-roading, there's no rush to where you're going, at least for recreational off-roading. You know, we're not racing or anything like that. And the slower you go, the better your car will hold up, and the less kind of sketchy and scary it gets. So it does appear that the rain clouds are rolling in again. We just heard a real loud crack of thunder. So we might be going a little bit faster through this next stretch, trying to get back before we get in here too bad. I gotta get to work tomorrow morning, so I can't get stuck out here. Off-road driving is all about being smooth. Smooth brake application, smooth throttle application, smooth steering. Keep you from sliding and get you through with your vehicle, hopefully in one piece, as quick as possible. Ooh. Oh man. sliding all around now. This is really, really slick stuff. So we are on some pretty good shale right now, and mud as well. And these tires are really performing pretty well. I haven't had a whole lot of slippage right now. I'm straddling a pretty good crevice right here. And, you know, I'm on shale on both sides of my truck. And there's no real wheel slippage at all. You know, I'm just in four-wheel drive high right now. And again, these rocks are really wet. It is raining right now. Try to keep straddling the hole. Sorry I'm not talking a whole lot here. I'm kind of concentrating a good bit. If you catch a wrong piece of this mud, it is extremely slippery. And I'm trying not to send my truck into a tree or backwards into Sam's truck or anything else. And of course now we're starting to see the blue skies, which is what the weather was supposed to be all day. So needless to say, that was a little bit more than I was bargaining for. I didn't really expect to get into a whole lot of mud or foul weather today, but you know, honestly, I'm kind of glad this happened. It's really hard to, you know, have your purchase that you just made go through all that mud and rough conditions and everything, because, you know, like I told you all before, I'm still owing on this, and I plan on keeping this truck for the foreseeable future. With that being said, though, I did have an absolute blast, and this truck really impressed me. All the doubts that I had between the shocks and oh, there's a chicken in the middle of the road. Between the shocks and the tires and the ride height and everything else have really vanished. I feel really confident in this truck, and I'm sure it could take me through really whatever I need to get through. And you know, honestly, I'm really happy with my purchase now more than ever before. This truck is really pretty amazing, that you get all of the technology, yet it's still as rugged and durable as it is. You know, I'm on normal roads again, and you know, nothing's rattling, nothing's shaking, and you know, it still rides exactly like it did, and I'm really comfortable. I have my heated seat on. I was listening to some tunes a couple seconds ago, and you know, I'm just really happy and comfortable. So really, it's kind of the best of both worlds. I have a true off-road truck that can get me through really whatever, but yet on the road, I'm still as good as it ever was in, you know, really any other truck. Now that the truck is broken, I won't be quite as nervous going on off-road trails and stuff as much moving forward. You know, I do plan on preserving this truck as long as I can and keeping it nice as long as I can, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun in it. If you're reasonable and know your own limits and know the limits of the truck, there's really nothing to worry about. So I would greatly encourage you all to take your new Tacos off-road, or really whatever vehicle you have. It's a lot of fun, and really it's a great experience. You get to know the limits of you as a driver, the limits of your vehicle, and you know, really it's just a good time. This is what this Tacoma was made for. You know, the TRD off-road is not meant to be your mall crawler. And I have got some comments, you know, kind of pointing fingers at me being a mall crawler, and that's simply not the case. As you all, I guess, can see from this video. You know, today I did use crawl control, I used the locker, I used four-wheel drive high and low, and I got my truck real muddy. So I'm going to clean it now. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. So why do I drive a Tacoma, and why does Sam drive a Tacoma? Because that's a Ford Ranger. That's a Ford Ranger that can't get out of here. It broke down, and there's no one in it. And notice who's driving out of here. Me and Sam. Taco power, baby.